Over the past few weeks, high school wrestlers have feasted on the numerous holiday tournaments that help shake out the early season jitters. But once the calendar flips to the new year, the diet reverts back to the basics. We are now in the heart of the dual meet season, where division and section titles will be decided. Tonight, a match that will go a long way to deciding the Mid-Penn Colonial title. It's Big Spring at Boiling Springs, next on High School Sports Live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Boiling Springs. John Reppitz along with George Hartwick. Happy New Year, partner.
Happy New Year to you, John.
Happy New Year to you two at home. Glad you're with us tonight for our first live wrestling match of the new year. Thanks to our sponsor, PHFA, Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. George, a good one tonight. Big Spring and Boiling Springs. It's our second look at Big Spring this year. We had them a couple weeks ago against Cumberland Valley. Our first look at Boiling Springs, the reigning state AA dual champion. But these are not the same bubblers that we were used to seeing over the last couple of years, are they?
They are not, but we're in a backyard with a packed gym at the Bubblers' home turf. I think we've not seen the same level of caliber. I don't think we expect Boiling Springs to compete for a state title tonight, but they're certainly competing for what's important tonight, and that's a victory in their own backyard. We've got a couple of matchups that are good. I think a lot rides on the coin toss. I heard a lot of strategies going on in the back. I hear new kids are weighing in. So tonight should be packed full of surprises, and what I expect to be a match that will be decided probably by 7 points or less, and it may depend upon the coin toss to see who the victor is in tonight's match.
Okay, well, you said you're going to have a lot of surprises tonight, packed full of surprises, and we are going to have a packed gym here at Boiling Springs. So it's Big Spring at Boiling Springs. Stay with us. It's coming your way next here on High School Sports Live.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her two boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. It's better, Brenner. Serving Central PA for over 94 years.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
There's a place where kids really connect to learning. Commonwealth Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers like never before. Commonwealth Connections Academy, the online public school.
How about we cut some fat from the system? How about we lose the hot air and secondhand smoke? Let's give everyone a great choice of doctors and remember we're our own primary care providers. Let's build better plans and pick up some better habits along the way. It's time to be the change we want to see in healthcare and the change we want to see in ourselves. Let's do it all for health. Highmark, Blue Shield.
At Giant, it's never been easier for you to shop smart. Discover low prices on the items you buy most. Save on thousands of items every week with new Red Bonus Buy savings. And with gas rewards, you save big at the pump. You'll love how your savings stack up. Only at Giant. Earn gas extra reward savings every time you shop. And pump up your rewards even more with weekly bonus offers in-ad and in-store. Gas extra rewards go farther at Giant.
Welcome back to Boiling Springs High School. We're getting set for the match tonight. The Mid-Penn Colonial Division between Big Spring and Boiling Springs. You can see there in the background the Big Spring Bulldogs just taking the mat, running a little bit behind schedule tonight because of the long JV match, which was won by the host Bubblers. And, let's give a little shout out to the JVs there from Bubbletown. They win by a score of 65-24. So congratulations to them. And George, that's what, 89 points. I don't think we're going to see that many in the varsity match tonight, do we?
I don't think so, but those folks who think wrestling is a dying sport ought to come to South Middleton Township tonight to see the lineups. I mean, I think we had very few forfeits, and for a storied wrestling tradition and powerhouse in both Big Springs and Boiling Springs, it looks like we will have a long future, although the match was really out of reach early. 65 points for the home team was early post. I think Big Spring had a couple of good kids later, but Bowling Springs really dominating the junior high match tonight.
We talked about the full mat. It went the distance with all of the weight classes filled. It was a filled gym. I mean, I got here at 5:30 tonight and had a hard time finding a place to park because I walked in the gym. Every seat was taken already. And here we are an hour and a half before the varsity guys even come out onto the mat.
I've been in this gym for 25 years post high school. I wrestled here even in Steel High. Bowling Springs has been a great traditional wrestling community, number of state championships, but under Rod Wright and the leadership here in Bowling Springs, they've really turned into a wrestling powerhouse. And the fans appreciate it. When you talk about backyard rivals, many of these families, I remember over the years as an official, I never could tell from a last name whether a kid was from Bowling Springs or Big Springs. They shared many of the same last names. When you heard Wickard, you didn't know if a Wickard kid was from Big Springs or Bowling Springs. I mean, there's a lot of similar names, a lot of similar families, internal ties right after the holidays, and as you stated earlier, and a backyard rivalry that has a lot at stake tonight. Folks want to come out and see who's going to come out on top in such a close match.
You're talking about names. Let me throw some names out at you here. Corbin Myers, Grant Bond, Kyle Shoup, Tyler Kaufman, John Vaughn, and Nate Guin. Those are 6 guys that graduated from Boiling Springs last year. Among those 6, they registered more than 600 wins in their wrestling careers. 4 of those guys had more than 100 wins themselves, and they won the state dual championship at Class AA last year. So this year, I guess the storyline with Boiling Springs is transition. We're going from that group that had been together for 4 years. Now all of a sudden this team's looking for a new identity, aren't they?
Those 6 kids are irreplaceable. They're names that are going to be up on the wall. They're names that are going to be associated with Boiling Springs great. I mean, I think that's their first, even though they made it close, that's their first AA state team championship. A phenomenal team that may never be repeated, but again, there are some holdovers. There's a great sense of pride, and when you talk to Rod Wright, there's a gut check that says, we don't lose. We're in Bubblertown tonight, and the idea that you're coming into our home turf as defending state champs, you got to knock us off. So they put out a challenge, and I think tonight we're going to see a very interesting matchup of 2 prideful teams that are really going to establish backyard dominance.
And you're talking that this is a big match as far as Mid-Penn Colonial is concerned. This match could decide it, but I think you also have to throw Shippensburg kind of into the equation there. But Big Spring comes in here knowing that those 6 names that we just talked about aren't here. And suddenly, they may be the more veteran team as far as varsity experience with these guys out on the mat tonight. So they have to like their chances coming in here, despite the odds being stacked against them with the tradition and everything else involved.
I think they love their chances. Talking to the coaches, watching the wrestlers in the pre-match warm-ups, seeing the anxiety. There's been a lot of Big Spring losses to Boiling Springs over the last couple of years. This is a chance for them to, again, establish a leadership position in the Colonial Division and also be able to establish themselves in this gym where they've not seen much success.
Getting ready for the introductions here tonight. The crowd's starting to get picked up on this. We're talking about replacing the wrestlers. Obviously, there's going to be somebody wearing a singlet out on the mat tonight, but it goes so much more beyond what takes place on the mat. There's a lot of leadership that you really have to replace. How does Rod Wright go about replacing something like that?
Well, I mean, I think you rely on the guys. We talked about some of the names. Corbin Myers. I see Colin Myers. When you talk about names like Kyle Shoup, I see Lucas Shoup. The idea of winning has been set in the household. The idea of tradition has already been tasted and lived and breathed around dinner tables, around sweat boxes, and in gyms long before they got here. There's a sense of tradition in winning, and the expectation are from older brother to younger brother, and the tradition that carries on. You have some broad shoes to fill, and are you going to step up, young man? And I guess tonight determines whether you're going to cower in the face of adversity or stand up and make a name for Bowling Spring Wrestling, despite some of the odds being against them in big losses over the last year.
Okay, well, while we're getting ready for the introductions here, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back with the start of this one. It's going to be Big Spring at Boiling Springs coming your way next on High School Sports Live here on ABC 27.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two. It's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
There's a place where kids really connect to learning. Commonwealth Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers like never before. Commonwealth Connections Academy, the online public school.
How about we cut some fat from the system? How about we lose the hot air and secondhand smoke? Let's give everyone a great choice of doctors and remember we're our own primary care providers. Let's build better plans and pick up some better habits along the way. It's time to be the change we want to see in healthcare and the change we want to see in ourselves. Let's do it all for health. Highmark, Blue Shield.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened, at rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today, because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Erie Insurance.
Right now at Pizza Hut, you can get any 2 medium pizzas for $6.99 each. Choose any crust, any sauce, any toppings. So go for it, America. Get any toppings, any crust flavor, anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Welcome back to Boiling Springs High School. It's High School Sports Live presented by PHFA, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Ready for a big match here in Mid-Penn Colonial Division between Big Spring and Boiling Springs. We are getting ready to wrap up the pre-match introductions, and then we will still have the national anthem. George, unlike some of the other matches we've done over the years, you're kind of anticipating a lot of strategy in this one, right? A lot of guys getting bounced around and a lot of coaching decisions, which sometimes you don't see enough of in high school wrestling, right?
Well, sometimes you don't see enough of because you don't have a lineup of options. And tonight with a couple of holes in Bowling Springs options, but a couple of kids that they're expecting to earn 6 points. They're going to try to maximize their opportunity to score bonus points where they can and find the matchups to allow them to either reduce the number of bonus points against them, and Big Spring's exactly the same. So the coin toss tonight, starting out our weight is 152. I think we're going to see a chess match from the start. Both coaches believe they've got a chance. In talking to both coaches prior to the match, they think it's going to be a 1 or 2 match swing. So those close matchups are going to determine the outcome of tonight's match.
Whenever you said they have some holes in the lineup, actually both teams have some holes. As far as giving up the 6 points, rather than just forfeiting, very important as far as getting somebody out there and trying to cut down on those number of points, the bonus points. Maybe just lose or to lose by a major decision. Only give up 3 or 4, correct?
Yep, and wins tonight aren't necessarily recorded in a win or a loss. Win may be recorded in only losing by 10 or 7 points.
Right. Okay. Now we're getting ready for our national anthem tonight from Boiling Springs High School. Okay, all the pre-match festivities are concluded. Now it's time to get down to business. I know the crowd's been anticipating this one for a while.
Tonight, referee John Felty, longtime referee. He and I started together 23 years ago officiating. I think I've aged a little bit better. But
should I tell him that, or
no,
will you tell him that?
He will come back and review this tape and know what I said. Knowing John. But for those of you who are unfamiliar with wrestling, referee calls captains out to the beginning of the match, flips a coin with a red and a green side. Green side represents the home team tonight in Boiling Springs. The red side represents Big Springs tonight. It appears that Boiling Springs has won the toss, and they will select either the odd or even numbered matches tonight. And what that means is the first match is the first odd match, second match even match. It goes on from that point. And those individuals who come out in the second period have the option of choice. And also those who have won that toss, the individual who has the choice, the other opposing team has to send their wrestler and present them to the table first, so the opposite team has the ability to choose who they want to send out in opposition.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Good job. So we're getting ready. Here we go. 152 pounds. They are on the mat, and we are underway.
First matchup is Big Springs Kyle Bropes versus Boiling Springs Nick Kostiak.
It takes a minute or two for us to sometimes determine who are the wrestlers for each individual match, because as you can tell, it's unlike any of the other sports. There are no numbers to really identify the wrestlers, and with the headgear on, you know, sometimes you don't know who's who. So
not only that, tonight we're expecting bumps around in the lineup, so we're relying on a runner who, by the way, is running halfway across the gym. So if you hear a little delay in the announcing, we have a runner who's assisting us tonight to make sure we're getting the names correct.
Yeah, I think Brandy's going to log a good 5K for us tonight before it's all over.
She's got her Fitbit on.
Okay, still scoreless here in the opening period. At 152 pounds, Kyle Bruce against Nick Kostiak. Again, those of you who might be tuning in wrestling for the first time, it's very simple. There are 14 matches in 14 different weight classes, each of 3 2-minute periods for a possible total of 6 minutes. If you win, you earn points for your team, anywhere from 3 to 6 points, depending on your margin of victory. And at the end of the night, the team with the most points is the winner.
And speaking of points, Kyle Bropes, it's Kyle Bropes from Big Spring, is the first in on a double leg, able to finish, leading 2-0 here in the opening match. It appears that the clock's still running. They need to go back and stop that clock. I imagine they'll probably put about 7 to 8 seconds back on the clock.
I think rather than resetting, they're just going to count it down and then start it when they get to that point. Oh, no, they did. They got it back to 46 seconds. Okay. So first little technical glitch, we've got that cleared up and we're back underway.
Kostiak doing a great job clearing the arms. Gets to his feet, now trying to rip the hands. Ropes returning Kostiak back to the mat. Now with double legs over the top near the out of bounds line. Scooting him back in. Kostiak now bundled up. I suspect that we'll call a stalemate here. Trying to work underneath the arms, power half. Really not a whole lot you can do when you throw double boots in, you pin the guy's hips onto the mat, and you really, from the top position, need to be working towards the side. If you can't turn him, you need to put him back in a starting position.
So just 5 seconds left. We'll start this, and then we'll go back and start it all over again in period number 2.
Kostiak again doing a good job of clearing hands, facing, but unable to escape at the end of the first period.
Scoreless after the first period. Here's a quick replay for you. Moved by the edge of the mat, but it didn't quite pay off. And we're getting ready to get back underway in period number 2. Kyle Bropes coming in has 5 wins this year, a little bit more experience than his counterpart Nick Kostiak. Nick only 1 win so far this season.
Bropes an early escape. Put his head in a bad position. Needs to work back to his feet. Kostiak working far side wrist control. Half shots there will not work. Ropes again. No setup. Hook the elbow, now switches to a single leg. Kostiak tries to cut off from crossface. Ropes stop coming around the corner. Got both guys need to improve or it will be a stalemate. Stalemate.
Get used to hearing the name Kostiak tonight, because by the luck of the draw, starting at 152, we're starting with Nick Kostiak. And if it all plays out, there's a good chance Boiling Springs is going to be finishing up with his older brother, A.J. Kostiak, in our final match of the night.
Either that or he will be bumped up to 152. I'm sorry. No, he'll only be able to wrestle to 45.
Right.
You can only wrestle at the weight class you present yourself or one above. Both weighed in at 145. Very rare you see brothers weigh in the exact same weight. Less than a pound splits them.
I guess that means they split the French fries evenly at home, right?
There are no French fries in wrestling season.
I eat French fries during wrestling season.
You don't have to make weight. Again, Bropes again. Now, after his second takedown, takes a 5-0 lead at the end of the second period. Kostiak selecting the defensive position. Kostiak trying to clear again. He's doing a good job of getting out from the bottom. He just needs to put 1 or 2 things together, and he does for a reversal, making the match 5-2. Ropes is not going to be unhappy to stay there on the bottom. Referee John Felty calling a time, blood time. For those of you who don't know at home, anytime blood is present, the match is stopped immediately for the fear of anything that could be communicated. Blood is then addressed by the training staff. There's a total of 5 minutes of blood time. There's no limit to the stoppages for blood time. Once the blood time is addressed, the referee stops, they clean him up, and they get him back in the middle.
Okay.
At Giant, it's never been easier for you to shop smart. Discover low prices on the items you buy most. Save on thousands of items every week with new Red Bonus Buy savings. And with gas rewards, you save big at the pump. You'll love how your savings stack up. Only at Giant. Earn Gas Extra Reward savings every time you shop, and pump up your rewards even more with weekly bonus offers in-ad and in-store. Gas Extra Rewards go farther at Giant.
Action back underway at 152 pounds after that blood time stoppage. It's Nick Kostiak of Boiling Springs and Kyle Bropes of Big Spring. Bropes with a 6-2 lead right now.
In that case, Probst actually was able to escape from the bottom, almost earned a reversal out of bounds, only earning one, neutral. Kostiak needs to get his head off the mat. Probst attempting to spin around again. Shouldn't be too hard to do it from this position. Kostiak just keeping his arms out, stopping Probst from spinning and turning the corner. Now trying to work the out of bounds line, successfully does.
31 ticks left in our opening match of the night. Probst with a 6-2 lead.
Probst still the aggressor despite holding the lead. Clock winding down.
Not much action in that one, but a hard-fought win for Kyle Probst at Big Spring. 6-2 winner at 152. You're watching High School Sports live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Back at Boiling Springs High School, we now move on to our 160-pound match. And again, another malfunction slightly there with the clock. It had started, but they get it back set to 2 minutes, and we are back underway.
Britton Shields, Big Spring. Corey Kalaman from Boiling Springs. Shields with nice. Almost got taken down, ducked under. Figured out a way to not only gain 2, but it looks like 2. Now he's got to be very careful. Gets caught back underneath. 2 reversal. Match is tied 2-2. A lot of action here early.
More action in the opening 30 seconds I think we had in the first 6 minutes at 152.
Absolutely. Shields now with legs in on the top, working a power half. Got to be careful. Got to be careful there's no defensive pin. Looks like Kalaman has grabbed the head, has now at least earned 1. Making the match 3-2. Oh, Shields with a nice headlock. He pulled that from deep. He's got it deep. He's got that tight. He's squeezing it and putting it to the face. There it is.
Britton Shields, a winner by pin at 162 for Big Spring. You're watching High School Sports live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
High School Sports Live basketball rivalries feature Hershey's 6'10" Villanova-bound Dylan Painter versus the high-flying McDevitt Crusaders. Harrisburg has reloaded and will battle Carlisle with Deshaun Millington and company. Steel High versus Trinity featuring 6'11" Sean Good. Cedar Cliff versus Redland in the Battle of the West Shore. Kelly Jaycott and the state champion Cumberland Valley Lady Eagles take on Chambersburg.
Back at Boiling Springs, it's the visiting Big Spring Bulldogs with the early advantage on the homestanding Bubblers. 9-0 thanks to that pin by Britton Shields at 160 pounds. That could be our move of the match, sponsored by the Capital Region Insurance Agency. So stay tuned. We will let you know the outcome of that at the conclusion.
Garrett Gordon going up against Bowling Springs, Travis Wickard. Garrett Gordon saw that headlock. That was nicely applied by Britton Shields in the last match. Tried to use it, found himself in a very difficult spot. Gave up 2 there, giving Travis Wickard a 2-0 early lead.
Travis Wickard, one of the more experienced wrestlers in both lineups tonight. Travis coming off a 28-win season last year, 77 wins for his career. If he can kind of duplicate or come close to duplicating that number from last year, his name will soon be up on the wall here in the 100-win wrestling club at Boiling Springs.
Absolutely, and the idea of headlocking Travis Wickard was certainly not the wise one when you talk about taking chances. However, when you see an opportunity to be able to score and potentially score big against a guy like Travis Wickard, I guess you got to take it.
Show you the disparity. As I said, Wickard comes in with 77 career victories. Gordon just 13 at the varsity level.
Yeah, they're expecting 6 from Travis Wickard here. Anything less than a pin in this match would be a victory for Big Spring.
Two-point escape. Makes it now 2-1. Or 1-point escape, 2-2.
Wickard, long shot, extending himself. He doesn't want to do that if he has a tough opponent. He really put his butt and exposed all of his supporting points. Attempting to earn a takedown. Really nice move on the inside. High crouch by Garrett Gordon. Gordon still hanging on to the inside leg. Wickard trying to apply a crossface.
Still no control yet as we come to the end of period number 1. So good action in this one. Here's a quick look at the move again. There's the escape. So 2-1 going to second period now at 170 pounds. Third match of the night.
Wickard selecting the defensive position to start the second period. Up immediately. Tell you, Gordon looks really comfortable in a throw position. Wickard now trying to catch a head, unsuccessful. Gordon really strong on the inside, tight waist him around. Gordon seems very comfortable with upper body strength, the ability to control upper body, and appears to be going for throws rather than leg attacks. Strong kid.
There it is, just like you said.
Wickard trying to clear the hands, does for a 1-point escape.
So Wickard now leads 3-1.
What I've seen so far is Wickard can't go all out here. I've got a feeling that Gordon is not inexperienced related to both takedowns and upper body moves. Nice swing, head by, 2 takedowns, really nice.
That's going to knot things up at 3-3. As we just passed the halfway point.
There we go. Wickard now catching, turns inside. Gordon still not giving up any back points and might not even get up 2 there. I don't know if the referee has awarded it or not. He awarded 2 reversal and now 1 escape for Gordon. There's really good action in this match, John.
Fast and furious, 5-4 now.
I'll tell you, Gordon's strong. I can tell by his legs and his upper body. He's really strong. Wickard, a better technical wrestler. But Gordon is one of those strong kids from Big Spring that's very difficult. And as I say it, Wickard throws him to his back. He's got to be very careful. He had a cradle. Now he's trying to lace the arm on the inside.
5 seconds left.
He's got to lace the arm. He's not going to be able to do it. Gordon really strong.
Though Gordon's strength saves perhaps a pin there. Here's another look at that last flurry here.
He had him in a cradle. Now he's trying to lace the arm on the inside. Unable to do so to swing him back to his back. The period ends with a 2-point takedown and a 2-point near fall. 9-4, Travis Wickard going into the final period.
I mentioned earlier about the margin of victory. It's a 5-point margin right now. If Wickard can get that advantage up to at least 8 points, he earns 14 points with a major decision.
A couple of times Wickard had him in a position to try to throw him to his back and earn some level of bonus points or try to put him away. Gordon just too strong. Again, I see a lot of technical expertise from Wickard. Now Gordon kind of basing out, protecting his head. As I said, I think anything less than 6 points here for Bowling Springs is a victory. Referee John Felty calling Gordon for stalling on the bottom. Kind of based out, happy with the position he's in. As you say, a victory may not actually turn out to be a win, but this case, reducing the number of bonus points for Bowling Springs could be a victory.
You mentioned the stalling warning. Just because you're losing doesn't mean you can stop attacking or being an aggressor. You can't just lay there and try to ride things out, right?
I suspect John Felty, if action doesn't continue and Gordon continues to base out, we'll call him again for stalling. Head on the mat, not doing much, not trying to work to get out. I suspect you'll see another stalling call here soon.
They've been at it for 5.5 minutes. Could conditioning or could one of these guys be getting gassed by now?
Well, I think see both guys. It's always difficult to wrestle towards the end, but I think both teams pride themselves on being in shape, and we're far past the holiday season. It's time to really get ready to be in wrestling shape. If you're gassed by now, we're not questioning conditioning, we're questioning commitment.
Wickard of Boiling Springs, 9-4 advantage as we're under 10 seconds at 170 pounds. And Wickard is going to win it by that 9-4 count. Travis Wickard of Boiling Springs, the winner at 170 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Right now at Pizza Hut, you can get any 2 medium pizzas for $6.99 each. Choose any crust, any sauce, any toppings. So go for it, America. Get any toppings, any crust flavor, anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Back at Boiling Springs. Boiling Springs, the Bubblers get their first victory of the night. That came at 170 pounds. Travis Wickard, a 9-4 win, so that makes the team score Big Spring 9. Boiling Springs 3 is now move on to 180 pounds.
And this is sort of this
182, I'm sorry, 182.
Strategic pieces we're talking about. Big Springs required to send the wrestler out first. Bowling Springs taking its time to select who the opposition is. And we have our runner coming over here in about a minute. We'll let you know at home who the wrestlers are on the mat. Great first takedown. We've got Chance Rayhart from Big Springs, Bowling Springs, Colby Tennyson. Chance Rayhart, nice first takedown, really in control. Has a crossface in, far arm. They're going to give 1 point to Boiling Springs, saying that Chance Rayhart wound up before he did the crossface. You're able to take it hard across the nose with your inside of your thumb and forearm, but you cannot wind up to throw a punch. A little too much for referee John Felty, awarding a penalty point to Bowling Springs. Again, crossface. Attempt to lock up a near side cradle. Rayhart's got it locked and he's squeezing tight. I suspect you might see this one end right here. He's got it really tight, twisted up. Up, great job.
So far, but he's got a minute to go.
A lot of time on the clock. He's got it pretty tight too. He's got him stacked up.
There it is. Chance Rayhart of Big Spring, winner by pin at 182 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 94 years.
Now we move on to 195 pounds. Big Spring with a 15-3 advantage on the big scoreboard.
I suspect we have here from Big Springs High School, Christian Ruff. From Bowling Springs, Austin Taylor. Austin Taylor with the early takedown. Taylor again working crossface. Nice near side cradle. Twisted up tight. Knee in the side. Has to be careful not to be too aggressive. Pull him back. There it is. Knee in the side. Twist him up. He's trying to get him spread away, and both of his scapula down. There it is.
Austin Taylor in just 38 seconds. Austin Taylor, Boiling Springs, a win by pin. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
So that pin at 195 by Austin Taylor has tightened things up. It's Big Spring still on top, though, 15-9. As we move on now to the heavier weights now, we're up to 220 pounds.
220 pounds. We've got another Barrett, this time from Big Springs. Blake Barrett versus Bowling Springs' Ricky Ott. Still no takedown. Blake Barrett trying to get one out. They both went out at the same time. Referee John Feldy appropriately calls out of bounds, still neutral. I wish I had a dime for as many barracks as are in Big Springs and Bowling Springs area. Popular family and popular wrestling families. Ricky Ott trying to work out, trying to get outside of the inside leg. He's got to pop his head there. He does. Earns 2. Again. Stalling warning. Had both legs tied up. Did not allow them to untie. Ricky Ott with a stalling warning. False start. Caution. Blake Barrett. Big Spring. Restart. Got to be careful to hook something in there. Okay, Bowling Springs is really working a cross-face cradle today. Can't do much there from a far side pull. He put himself in a really bad position. Too far out top. Able to be reversed by Blake Barrett, knotting the match up now at 2-2. Both guys wrestling sloppy. Coming out a little bit too high. Now Barrett switches back. 24 seconds remaining, match tied 2-2. You can tell this is one of those toss-up matches. Both coaches very anxious. Every time I see Trevor Byers grinding over there like that, I always know it's important. Again, he must be returned to the mat. Must be returned to the mat. Ricky Ott doing a good job getting back to his feet. Blake Barrett able to remain in control. 12 seconds remaining. Again, Ott right up. Now he needs to put 1 and 2 together, gets his leg caught underneath. Now he's able to spin out, has to get his arm between the body. He's got his arm trapped underneath. He's not going to be able to do it.
Into period number 1. 220 pounds. There's Another quick look at the quick flurry there by the edge of the mat. Be honest with me, George. How much does that hurt when you get that forearm across the face like that?
During a wrestling match, you really don't feel it. But when you taste blood after it's over, you knew it was pretty rough. I remember being in tight matches with guys who would jam the front crossface. And really, for me, it would only make me want to be more aggressive. And guys who can do it well with all of their weight and positioning up front, it wears on your head and your upper body in a way that it tires you out moving forward through the rest of the match. So there's many good things about that crossface, including establishing control and setting the tone of a match.
Looks like we're going to have another blood timeout, our second of the evening.
But again, you saw it earlier. You can go in a crossface. You can run the front of the hand the whole way across the nose and the front of the mouth, but you can't wind up to hit him. So if you grind it in right, it can be pretty uncomfortable.
And you don't want to have that happen to you the night before you have your senior picture taken, right?
No. No. I'd suspect that senior picture shouldn't be taken after any wrestling match. Chances are.
So we have this short break in the action, 15-9. Kind of what you expected so far?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think this is one of these toss-up matches right now that could really put the match in a different zone. This is a match I think both coaches had earmarked as a toss-up, and the victor of this may be someone in a better position down the stretch to have an opportunity to win.
So just 13 seconds in to period number 2 at 220 pounds. Ricky Ott of Boiling Springs. Blake Barrick of Big Springs knotted at 2-2.
Barrick doing a good job of putting 1, 2, 3 moves together. Not stopping at one, but stepping out, turning in, figuring out ways to clear hands. Earned himself an escape, up 3-2. Both guys playing the edge here. Referee John Feldy bringing him back to the middle.
After that opening flurry, things kind of settled down a little bit.
They're heavier weights, remember? Big flurries, big blows, big endings, but sometimes a lot of dance in between. Good job by Barrett.
Barrick still on top, 3-2. Under 50 seconds in period number 2.
Good job by Barrett. That's a great setup. He moved him to where he wanted him to be, tapped the head, inside takedown. That was nice.
Stretches the lead now to 5-2.
That was good movement from a 220-pounder. You wonder when you see a kid do it in that way, why they don't do it more often, you know? It's a lot about energy and confidence.
Also, a lot has to do with the defensive moves of the opponent. I mean,
It
sometimes
does.
you look like from our perspective, it looks like, oh, he should be able to do that all the time. But the other guy's actually doing something to prevent him from doing it.
But what I saw right there at a 220-pound level, when you move a guy into a position and you're able to execute in the way that he did, it's very hard to stop.
So, good period for Big Springs' Blake Barrick. He's going to take a 5-2 lead now into the third period. Let's take a look at this one more again.
That's textbook high crotch. Switch off to the double leg. There it is.
And Barrick starts the third and final period in control.
Barrick needs to be careful. Again, when the bottom guy, the defensive wrestler, is able to get to his feet, the offensive wrestler has a requirement to attempt to return him to the mat. If he's unable to do it and it stops attempting to return him to the mat, it is a stalling call immediately.
So Ott trailing on the bottom. His priority right now is number one, just get out of this.
Get out. Get out. John Feldy calling that potentially dangerous. Wickert hooking that back ankle. He took it past the point against the joint. Better to be safe than sorry when wrestler safety is the most important part for an official. And again, Wickert on his feet, must be attempting to return him to the mat. Wouldn't be surprised. There it is, a stalling call.
Mr. Felty must be doing a pretty good job. We're in our 6th match of the night, and it was the first time I heard somebody in the crowd say about keeping your eyes open, ref. So
well,
he must have been doing something right.
He said it as he was making the call. So in all fairness, I think he was there, just not fast enough for a very partisan crowd here in Boiling Springs.
So Barrett gives up the escape. It's now 5-3 as we have 1:20 left.
Ott really getting dominated on his feet here. That's the area that I've seen him have the least amount of success so far. Wickert almost earning another 2 on the edge.
Okay, so seconds ago I asked priority 1, get out. He's now out. Now what does he have to do?
He has to take him down to not to match up. And Barrett from this point is much better from the neutral position. Still pushing and moving forward. Despite being in the lead, he's still controlling the head. Now Ott trying to pummel in. Barrett with a double underhook, not able to get anything past him there. Now continues to keep the single underhook. Blood time.
Could that have been a strategic move on Barrett's part, thinking that he's better in the neutral position? So
Well,
let him go and let me take my chances this way as opposed to trying to keep riding him out?
Well, I think if you can ride him out, you don't put yourself in a position where you can get tied up.
Here we are with another look at this. You're saying he gets
He
to his
stands
feet?
up. Again, he lets him go because he's been called for stalling. What the worst thing could happen there is he gets him again, goes across the mat, unable to return him, gets called for stalling, and then he escapes. Then a takedown, he loses. So he'd rather give up 1 than 2 there.
Okay.
Boy, I look through these stands, I see the same Bowling Springs fans that yelled at me when I was wearing the stripes. A passionate fan base here in both. I said it last time, Big Springs fans are very passionate. I remember I used to go and explain the new rules before people would yell at me at the first match of the year.
Back underway, coming up on 40 seconds left at 220 pounds.
That little break gave some energy back to Ott. Wickert now with a Oklahoma. He's able to secure the inside leg and put the front headlock on. That should seal the deal here.
22 seconds left. We're going to go back out to the middle.
I heard Dad up there. I remember those days. You got to get busy,
physical.
boy.
You got to get busy. Here we go.
You got to get physical. You got to get busy, boy. Time's running out to get busy, although give it to Ott. He's not giving up. Still attempting to move. From a 220-pound perspective, he could be laying out there. Still taking a tough crossface towards the end. Give Wickert a lot of credit in this match. In a toss-up, he's been able to dominate to come out to a 7-3 victory.
Big Spring has won 4 of the first 6 matches tonight. We're going to come back with a 285-pound match. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her 2 boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
Back at Boiling Springs, we move on now to 285 pounds. For Boiling Springs, it's going to be Nick Trent against Hunter Adams of Big Spring.
The big guys, as we say, there can be action, there cannot be so much action, but usually when there is, it ends up in an exciting finish.
By virtue of that win by Barrack at 220, Big Spring has now stretched its lead to 9 points. It's now 18-9 on the big team scoreboard as we move to our 7th match of the night, 285.
The weight is a huge advantage here. What do we got here? I'm looking for Trent on here. I don't see him. Do you?
No, he's not. He wasn't on the sheet.
I don't see it.
But Hunter Adams at 285.4.
Right now you're at a 2-pound weight allowance, so 285 is actually 287. But he's as big as you'll see at a heavyweight level, weight-wise. Guys both still just playing with their heads, not serious. You know, with heavyweights, you don't want to go underneath. You do, you can get caught down there and spun around very quickly. A guy who's 285 pounds on top of you is tough to take. So oftentimes you see a lack of a leg attack at the heavier weights, particularly at 285. But they danced and they danced.
Reminds me of years ago, the Washington Redskins had a defensive end named Ron McDowell that they used to call the Dancing Bear.
Well, that's what they sometimes call heavyweights who spend a period like that.
We're showing our age when we talk about the old Washington Redskins and Ron McDowell.
I don't know how we came into that, Jack.
We're partners, buddy, right?
We're all in it together, I understand.
It's we everything. Right?
Now this is where you probably will see some kind of activity or end of the match. If you can somehow force your opponent to his side and get him to his back, it may be over here. Again, you got to flatten him out. Now he's again winding up on the crossface. He's going to call, again, an illegal crossface. Coach Rod Wright letting them know you cannot wind up, throw a punch there. You got to be able to, you can come aggressively, but you cannot wind up. Second time we saw that tonight. Once he gets to his feet, Hunter Adams now earning the first point of the match. I'm hoping we don't have a minute 20 like we saw the last 2 minutes. Guys have to do something here besides going forehead to forehead and pushing. You got to duck under. You got to try throw bys. You got to move the head to the mat. Step back. Shift him to the side. Ankle pick. You got to do something here. Try to move the other guy to one side or the other and a quick duck under or slide behind. Uh-oh. He got in on a headlock there, but gave it up really quick.
So while there's not much going on, let me remind you that coming up after the match, we're going to have our Capital Region Insurance Agency move of the match and our Brenner family of dealerships wrestler of the match.
I think we should have a music theme of the match during times like this, don't you? I can hear dance music in the background.
What a nice waltz.
This is a nice waltz.
2 periods down. Not much action, but it's Hunter Adams of Big Spring with a 2-0 lead. So we head to period number 3.
Escape. Attempting to try to flatten him out, pull him back, unable to do so. Earns 1 point.
Third period underway.
And Hunter Adams trying to knock Nick Trent off his base, keeping him down. Now Trent is on his feet. Again, he's got to be careful not to give up 1 and 2, and now an escape.
So that tightens things up. It's now 2-1.
Now in a match like this, it's really important who scores the first point, because the person who scores the first point gets an opportunity to have the choice in a 30-second ride out. And as you've seen, you probably want to select the bottom position.
Now, the first point was an awarded point. Is it awarded, or does it have to be a contested point?
It was a contested point. Actually, you know what?
He got both.
It would be the first point period.
First point period, okay.
Yep.
So because of the windup on the crossface, that's
actually it would go first penalty point.
Okay.
So let's say it was, and it still would be the first point on, but the penalty point would supersede the first point earned. They'd look at first the penalties and then first point earned.
In that case, Hunter Adams has both advantages right there.
He
Under a minute.
Selection.
If we get to that point. Felt that collision over here.
Winding down to 30 seconds.
"30 seconds might not sound like much, but when you're out there, it can be an eternity, right?"
Especially Ken. You know, these guys are tired, but you realize you'd want to try something here. Don't give up anything, but try something instead of sending yourself in to 2 30-second overtime periods and a 1-minute overtime period. Stalling warning now against Hunter Adams.
But Hunter Adams is going to be your winner from Big Spring at 285 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Penalty point served to beat him.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Welcome back to Boiling Springs High School. Now we're going to go from the Dancing Bears down to, I guess you could say, the Flying Squirrels, as we flip the lineup over, going from the heavyweights down to the bottom. And it looks like we're going to have a forfeit at 106 pounds.
That's Hunter Gregorius, the #1 rated wrestler in District 3 at 106 pounds.
So that's going to make the score now 27-9 in favor of Big Spring. And we are going to move right now on to 113. And it looks like we're going to have a forfeit there as well.
There's 2 of the better wrestlers in the district. That's why you'd like to see him forced to wrestle at this time. I mean, you got Colin Myers, the brother of Corbin Myers, and you got Hunter Gregorius, the top-ranked wrestler in District 3. Despite the opportunity to get points there, you'd like to see an exhibition at least.
So after those 2 matches, really nothing has changed except the score. The margin is still the same. It's now 27-15, and we're going to move on to 120 pounds.
I think this should be Josh Paisley versus Colin Nestor, if I'm correct.
And that's what we have. Josh Paisley from Big Spring, Colin Nestor of Boiling Springs.
Both guys are quality wrestlers here.
You were talking earlier about holes in the lineup. This is one of the potential ones here right around this spot in the lineup where Boiling Springs is missing Jalen Hankerson. He out with an injury. So Rod Wright losing some of that flexibility as far as maybe moving Nestor down to 13 or putting Hankerson in at 20 or whatever the case may be.
Well, what they really needed there was what they could have done is put out somebody else. I don't know if you could swing anybody around. When you get Gregorius to go out at 106, you're pretty much going to give up 6 unless you're able to face him up with Myers. And Myers tonight weighed in at 115.2, so no chance. He could only go at 113.
13, right?
Yep. He's certified at 106.
Yeah, and
he'll be dropping there at the end of the year.
Nestor came in at 122, so there's no way he could have gone down either.
Yep.
So 40 seconds left, opening period at 120. Paisley leading Nestor by a count of 2-0.
Been tied up here since the opening takedown. He's earned now 2 near falls, still holding on the same thing, now 4-0.
So we're going to bring it back to the center and start it again for 4 seconds. Then take a break and start it over again in period number 2.
Caution, Colin Nestor. Started before the whistle. Those of you who don't know, 2 cautions, then a point.
Another quick look at this one.
Fake, gets him stepping hard on that front leg. You see,
grab the ankle.
The idea is he leaned until he put his weight on the front leg and he couldn't draw it back in time. That's when he shot.
Period number 2. It's Paisley with a 4-0 lead.
Paisley selecting the bottom position. Nestor doing a great job of following through there on a sit-out turn-in. Paisley trying to rip hands at the bottom. Needs to get wrist control. Now works one side to the other. Spins back in, tries to clear. Gets a leg. Nestor trying to now secure in the crotch. Paisley trying to spin around and hook the leg with his own leg. Now does so. Earns 2.
Just about at the halfway point at 120 pounds. Paisley now with a 6-0 advantage.
Rod Wright.
Let's go, Judge.
Trevor Byers. Both. There's 3 state championships across the mat. One there with Bermudian Springs. Trevor actually wrestled, I think he was a senior when I was a freshman. He's been here now as a part of the Bowling Springs staff for about 8 years.
Saying about 3 combined, it reminds me of a story. I was at a basketball banquet one time, and a coach got up and said, yeah, between the 3 of us, we have 5 state championships. This guy has 3, this guy has 2. I don't have any, but together we got 5.
There goes right onto your we theme. Nestor attempting to put things together, but unable to earn an escape in a real bad position. Down 6-0, 32 seconds remaining, second period.
You don't see that very often, and we've had it twice in the same match.
Fans are telling Feldy to blow the whistle. You can't anticipate. You can only go when the whistle blows.
It's like in hockey, they always yell, drop the puck.
Well, and, you know, you got to be careful because there are guys that gain advantage by anticipating that whistle. And if they're going off a little bit early, it's tough to, you know, sometimes I tell them, I'm going to hold you on this one, guys. I'm going to hold you on this one before you blow the whistle to ensure a fair start.
As a former official, did you try to go on a cadence, on a sequence, or in a rhythm, or did you try to change things up so nobody could anticipate?
Well, I think there's a flow to the match that you don't want to disrupt. But if you see a kid gaining an advantage by jumping early, well, you do what I do. You communicate to them and say, we're going to hold it on this one, guys. And then that sort of lets them know that don't jump early.
Okay. So we're going to move to period number 3 at 120 pounds. It's Josh Paisley of Big Spring on top of Colin Nestor of Boiling Springs by a score of 6-0.
Nestor selecting the defensive position. Paisley selecting to go neutral, giving up 1 point escape prior to the beginning of the period.
This is match number 10. Only 4 more to go after this. So starting to get to do it now.
Yep.
For Boiling Springs.
It is. Nice inside snatch. Double leg. Paisley earning another 2.
So it's 8-1 now. Cuts him loose.
Now he's looking to earn bonus points. Good job by Paisley fending that off. Nestor did 2 good throw-bys. Just was unable to finish. Nestor got to get some gas in that tank right now. Paisley still on the attack. Stays with it. Another toss by attempt by Nestor. With a shot. Now he scoops up one leg.
Fortunately for Colin, right at the edge of the mat. So he started all over again.
Well, it looks like Paisley's starting to get gas. Now getting a call for stalling from returning back to the mat slowly. You're called to the center of the mat. You start making circles and not returning. You can be called for stalling. Nestor, it appears that Paisley's running out of steam here.
30 seconds left.
But he's able to hang on here. Able to hang on there to earn a stalemate now. Now he's claiming his leg is hurt.
So we have our first injury timeout of the evening.
Yep, injury time. A total collective amount of time for injury is 1 minute and 30 seconds. You're allowed 1 injury timeout. And then the second injury timeout you would take would allow the other wrestler to earn his selection of where he wants to be on the mat. Third timeout, you're disqualified.
Okay, so while we have an injury timeout, let's take a quick break. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Brenner is back on Paxton Street with Brenner Pre-Owned. Choose from over 300 quality pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and minivans. We've got your next vehicle that's priced to fit your budget. At Brenner Pre-Owned, we have financing for every credit situation, plus 100% guaranteed credit. We'll get you driving today. Get to Brenner Pre-Owned, back on Paxton Street or anytime at BrennerPreowned.com. 24/7 at BrennerPreowned.com.
Advanced Hoops is offering the 3D guarantee. Charlie Fortney believes the 3 dimensions are game speed shooting with professional instruction, crossover intensity with ball handling whiz Gerald Jarman, and 5-on-5 games building playing experience in competition. These 3 dimensions are needed for well-rounded training.
I'm looking for players that want to take their game to the next dimension. The 3D guarantee is for players who want to work.
To sign up for the 3D guarantee, go to advancedhoops.com.
Back at Boiling Springs, action back underway at 120 pounds. Point awarded. Final 10 seconds.
Oh, trying to earn bonus points here at the end. Unable to do it.
It's going to go into the books as a 9-2 victory for Josh Paisley of Big Spring at 120 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Today, we have some breaking news on the West Shore. Some spraining, twisting, popping news. It appears that Mechanicsburg is getting a state-of-the-art OSS orthopedic urgent care. This is what we know so far. OSS urgent care is much faster than the emergency room. All patients will be seen by orthopedic experts. Costs are typically less, and OSS is open 7 days a week. Remember, if you have a sprain, pop, or break to report, go right to the experts. OSS Orthopedic Urgent Care. 2 great locations, York and now Mechanicsburg. Now that's some good news.
So far, it's been Big Spring in charge of this one from the very beginning. 4 matches left. Bulldogs with a 30-15 advantage over the Bubblers of Boiling Springs as we move to 126 pounds now.
Thank you. We've got here from Big Springs, Ridgely Snyder, Bowling Springs, Tristan Henshaw. Henshaw with the early takedown. Snyder earning 1, escape, 2-1. And again, 4 matches remaining. It's time for Bowling Springs. Really, they're almost in a no-lose position here. They've got to win them out if they're going to want to be successful.
And win big or win by pin.
Yep, they got to earn bonus points.
They're 15 down with
4 matches.
4 matches left, possible 24 points. So, you know, just looking down at the stat sheet of the matches that have been contested so far, Boiling Springs only won 2 of them.
Yep, that's going to be the difference. Spun him underneath. He might be able to bring him back too. He's got to be careful of the arm.
10 seconds.
Potentially dangerous.
It's now 4-1 favor of Henshaw. Starts on top with the final few seconds of period number 1. So good opening period by Tristan Henshaw of Boiling Springs as we take another look at that.
That was an escape there. Henshaw again. He's got the far leg. Head, he's really trying to lock up Cradle's not going to be able to do that, but does pop his head out for 2, making the match 6-1. No change there.
Wrist control.
Henshaw now giving up 1. Every time, double underhook down to a front headlock. He's going to go around, spin to get the ankle, hang on to the chin. Hook the leg, pop out, earn another 2. Blood time.
Well, we have a blood timeout. Let's take a quick break. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Look, Ryan. Shh. Look over there. I see it. I see it. Is that what I think it is? That's a beauty. Wait, look. There's an even bigger one. Oh, wow. Shh. Oh, man. Don't worry, buddy. I know where there's a whole herd of them.
Stop by Hoffman Ford. You'll be sure to save a lot of bucks.
We have a stoppage at 126 pounds for Tristan Henshaw of Boiling Springs. He's actually on top of Ridgely Snyder of Big Spring by a score of, looks like 8-2 now up on the board. 51 seconds left in period number 2. So the blood issue is all taken care of, and we will get back to action.
Headlock. Nice catch there. That was really a nice catch. He's got to now squeeze back. He's got to make sure he squeezes back. I'll tell you that Snyder is extraordinarily flexible.
Wow.
He's now going to be twisted up. He's got to spin around the head here, try to stay perpendicular and squeeze and push. And be careful not to get too far over. I'll tell you, Snyder is very flexible. This used to be one of my favorite finishing moves, and it's tough when you can get a guy with his head to the back of the mat and his shoulders that stay up.
Under 10 seconds, can he ride it out?
There it is. He's pushing it hard, but again, his shoulders are staying up.
No, he didn't make it. 3 back points. But he stayed off his back. So we go to period number 3.
He was on his back. He stayed out of getting pinned. Thank goodness. Oh. Guys that are that flexible, when you got it that tight, it's frustrating not to be able to put them away. I suspect with it working once, you'll see it again.
But now Henshaw at 126 is now up the advantage to 13-3.
Still working that front headlock. Now he goes to twist underneath. Henshaw really looking for a pin here. Does a good job of lacing. Comes across. He's going to want to try to swing both legs in over top. Twist and pull the head. He's got to hook the down legs. He's got to hook the down legs here. He's attempting to do it. And again, look at that flexibility. It's tough to stay up. He really is. He's fighting. He's got to stretch that arm. Wow.
Tristan Henshaw, winner by pin at 126. It tightens things up. Stay tuned. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA. So things have tightened up. It's now 30-21 in favor of Big Spring. We'll be the final 3 matches of the night. This one is 132 pounds.
We talked about must-wins. We now have for Big Springs at 132, Taylor Farling versus Bowling Springs, Cameron Palmer. Again, Palmer the aggressor. So you get some bonus points here. This thing's really knotted up. Very crucial match here. 132, 3 bouts remaining.
And coming up next is the match that you wanted to see. .138 could be a potential matchup between Tucker Brew and Cole Wetzel. But first we have to decide things at 132.
Yep.
And still scoreless as we hit 40 seconds of the opening period.
Farling trying to straighten the leg there, come through. And again, I preach arm between the body, pop your head. He gets both legs now. Great job by Palmer. Basing back out. Lifts him back up, spins him back over there. That was nice. Good transition. Should earn 2 here. No 2 rewarded. Great hold by referee John Felty. There was no 2 earned. We're still neutral.
5 seconds.
In that flurry, see him, he hooks that back leg. Once he throws the crossface inside, he earns 2.
And that's the difference so far, 2-0. Favor of Cameron Palmer.
Farling doing a good job of riding here for the first 20 seconds. Palmer with his head on the mat. Got to work with his head off the mat. Farling trying to push his weight forward. Palmer still wrestling with his face to the mat. When that happens, you get close to being tilted. Now gets his head off the mat. Gets to his feet, runs around, earns 2. What amazing things can happen when you actually work and get your head off the mat. Boy, we had a lot of blood time tonight.
Could that be a decoy? You put your head on the mat to give your opponent a sense of maybe false security, thinking that you're not in it, or
I'd like to think it's that strategic. What I think it is you put your head on your mat to catch your breath.
Yeah.
And you really, you're in a position to not have as much steam. What you do, they collect a little bit of energy before you try to put on those next couple of moves.
Right. Here's another look.
Goes out, switches to the outside, inside leg. Again, traps the legs, able to earn 2.
Looks like both guys are getting a little bit of attention here. Let's give a shout out to the training staff of both schools and all wrestling and all high school athletes.
Absolutely, they do a great job and
keeping their people healthy and trying to do the best they can to keep them competing. So the blood issue's squared away. We're going to go back to the final 47 seconds of period number 2 here. 132 pounds.
They get to practice to be the corner man, the cut man.
Cut me, Mick.
Another good job, Cameron Palmer. Stays with it, stays in control. 30 seconds remaining. Tries to throw a leg, working a power half.
Back to the middle.
Again, Bowling Springs being moved into a position really to be forced to win out these couple of matches, and so far have come up with a big 6 in the lead now, 4-0 at 132. Seen things happen in the Bubblers gym. Stays in good position, continues to ride him out, does Cameron Palmer, taking a 4-0 lead into the third and final period. With choice, Cameron Palmer selects the defensive position to start the third period. Referee John Felty has to change up. Told Boiling Springs and Cameron Palmer it was his choice, in fact, when it was Taylor Farling's. Got it right, which is the most important thing before the start of the third period.
So let's get inside Cameron Palmer's head. Your team is trailing. Obviously, you need the win, but how much are you pressing to try to get those extra bonus points?
Well, we'll see if he's able to hang on here. Being in the offensive position and being unable to score, if he would have been pressing for any bonus points, he would have let him loose right away. I've not seen him be able to turn Taylor Farling at this point. So without that success, if Rod Wright was looking for bonus points, based upon his coaching prowess, he would have told him to cut him right at the beginning of the third period. This must be a toss-up match, and they'll be happy with 3. Palmer's got to be careful here. He can give up 2, but he can't give up back points with it. He's got to be careful he doesn't hang on too long. And he might be put in that position right now, trying to throw a half with his foot here. If he awards 2 reversal and starts counting back points here. Very strange and awkward position here. Now it is. He gives up 2, and he gives up 2 back points, and he gives up a ball! That is one heck of a turn of events here in Boiling Springs Gym, and that might have been the match that swung the tide here to bring that back to Big Springs. The crowd is erupted.
You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
At Giant, it's never been easier for you to shop smart. Discover low prices on the items you buy most. Save on thousands of items every week with new Red Bonus Buy savings. And with gas rewards, you save big at the pump. You'll love how your savings stack up. Only at Giant. Earn Gas Extra Reward savings every time you shop. And pump up your rewards even more with weekly bonus offers in-ad and in-store. Gas Extra Rewards go farther at Giant.
Back at Boiling Springs, that pin by Taylor Farling is just about iced it for the Bulldogs. They now lead 36-21.
Did I not say he's got to be careful? You got to be careful not to hang on too long. Again, you're winning a toss-up match. You keep Boiling Springs in it. Instead, you turn around and you give up 6 and basically end the match.
So right now we move to 138.
Yep, we got Tucker Brew versus Cole Wetzel. And again, this is a matchup. Boiling Springs, Cole Wetzel. He is last year a runner-up in Maryland for the state title. So he was a runner-up in the state of Maryland last year, second in the state. And Tucker Brew, who's also a ranked wrestler here in District 3. We expected this to be the best matchup of the evening and one that we've been anxious to watch. Not as much significance now, but still good quality wrestling to close out the night.
What a swing of emotion on that match. I mean, you look at the Boiling Springs bench right now. Everybody's just
dead.
Yep. They're just sitting there, realizing this one was over. They still had a shot, but that one just turned out the lights.
Well, we should do the points. Let's say we'll keep it up at 24 to 30. It would have been right now. We'll see what happens at the outcome of this match and see what would have happened absent that change.
Stay tuned. Coming up after the conclusion of this, we're going to have our Capital Region Insurance Agency move of the match and our Brenner family of dealerships wrestler of the match. And I think, partner, the way you got worked up there, that kind of gives a clue as to where those awards might be going tonight.
I don't think there's any doubt that was the turning point and a pivotal part of this match. There's been a lot of toss-up matches I think went Big Spring's way. We saw a really nice headlock early, but without a doubt, those were 3 points that were counted on by Rod Wright and the Bowling Springs Bubblers. Instead, 6 points against them, 9-point swing that was unexpected. And 3 almost in the bag.
Right.
You know, you're talking about 3 almost in the bag.
Yeah, 23 seconds left on it. So the crowd, too, is obviously a little bit subdued at this point as well. So it's Wetzel of Boiling Springs leading Tucker Brew 2-1 as we go to period number 2. 1:38, next to last match of the evening.
Again, false start.
It's 1 on each. There we go. 3rd time's a charm.
Great job by Cole Wetzel securing hand control, creating some space and escaping, going out to a 3-1 lead. Talking to Jeremy Elliott before the match, one thing he said about Cole Wetzel is he's ultra aggressive. Brew doing a great job of trapping the ankle. Now crossing over to the double. Crossing over the double. He's got to secure it inbounds, dragging him back in bounds. Still only got the one. Whizzer there. Unable to earn it.
Talking about Cole being a runner-up down in Maryland, what's the caliber of wrestling down in that state? Any idea?
Not like Pennsylvania. You know,
not much is.
You know, the idea that there are quality wrestlers. I mean, I remember wrestling AAU tournaments. We'd see a lot of kids from the Maryland area coming up to Pennsylvania to try to compete. You know, there's good wrestling everywhere, but when it comes to Pennsylvania, it's a higher level of expectation and competition, and I'm sure, you know, he succeeded at a higher level in Maryland. Coming to Pennsylvania to see that where you stack up in a state like Pennsylvania certainly will improve your recruiting opportunities and your opportunity to wrestle if you want to at the next level. Now, I don't know what the reason for the move was. I suspect it's probably, you know, without any knowledge, family related. Who knows what the move was? I doubt that it was made specifically for wrestling. But whatever the reason, to show up at Bowling Springs is not a bad place to display your talents.
We'll start over again as we're coming to the end of the second period. 138 pounds. It's Cole Wetzel of Boiling Springs on top, 5-2. For Tucker Brew of Big Spring.
But again, I suspect he didn't have too many 5-2 matches down in Maryland during the dual meets, you know. Trying to get an advantage again. Second caution. Tucker Brew.
That'll finish it for period number 2. We got one more to go at 1:38, and then one more match to wrap things up tonight.
Tucker Brew selecting the defensive position. Look at the takedown. And working underneath. Again, Brode kind of basing out. Wetzel electing to go neutral, getting back on his feet, trying to earn a takedown. Looking to earn some level of bonus points. Stalling warning now against Tucker Brew of Big Springs backing up. Not much happening here. Sort of locked up by the elbow, front lock, headlock position. Wetzel doing a good job of working one side, spinning back the other, unable to secure the takedown. Referee John Feldy calling them out of bounds, bringing them back to the middle at 1:10 to go, 5-3. Cole Wetzel over Tucker Brew.
2 more.
And again, Brew trying not to give up bonus points, even though it's insignificant over the overall amount of the match. Wetzel again giving up 1 in hopes of earning 2. .30 seconds remaining. They were neutral. They were neutral. Why would you give them a point there? They were neutral. Don't get that one. That was nice. Might want to show that one again. Another 2. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know where this has been all match, but he's now more aggressive than I've seen him the entire match. You wonder why folks wait till the last 10 seconds to do this. That's ducking underneath. Nice fireman.
Final 5 seconds at 1:38. The winner is going to be Cole Wetzel by a score of 10-5. One match to go. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Back at Boiling Springs for our final match of the night, 145 pounds.
Keep that up. 145, we've got from Big Springs, Ryan Adams. Boiling Springs, AJ Kostiak. AJ now one of those guys from the returning state champion, AA state champion Boiling Springs team from last year. A performer last year, and suspect that this year he's only improving.
AJ had 33 wins last year, 61 now for his career.
Kostiak still the aggressor.
Let's go, Ryan.
It's not often you have a high school match with a packed gym like this. It's even the row of reporters. This is big time here in Bowling Springs tonight.
Yeah, the reporters sitting right along the floor. Well, you know, it must be a big match when we show up and Jeremy Elliott shows up, right?
We're in the right place for wrestling. Yeah, they even brought the cameraman out from Penn Live tonight. I see the Carlisle Sentinels in the house. So I'm sure everybody will be anxious tomorrow morning to check this out on Penn Live and in the actual newspaper in Carlisle.
End of period number 1. A.J. Kostiak of Boiling Springs with a 2-1 advantage.
Selecting the defensive position to start the second period. It's been a pretty even match so far.
That's one thing I like about wrestling crowds, too. If you were at a football game and it was a 12-point game with 2 minutes left, people would be heading for the gates. Nobody's leaving. They're all sitting here to keep watching.
That's because these two matchups are probably the best two quality wrestling quality wrestling matchups that we've had. Four quality kids to finish out the night, and wrestling fans are extremely astute related to seeing quality wrestling. Kostiak with a 5-1 lead. Tries to spin out to the side. Now he's got him. This actually could end here.
This could be it.
Got to be careful. There it is. He's got him in this position. It's going to be tough for him to not finish strong here. Nice job slipping that arm on the inside. Really good job of fighting off his back there by Ryan Adams. Deserves a great deal of credit. When you're out there on top like that, really difficult. What he did is bump his chest up, pushed his arm through, and was able to flatten back out. Kostiak still in control. Working a one-on-one, pulling the arm across the back. Now scooping the other arm. He's got one trapped, got the other one with a half. Now he's going to try to go back, bump his chest to chest.
But he's going to run out of time.
I'll tell you, he was not going to get out of that position. There's no way. Very good ending to that second period for A.J. Kostiak, extending his lead to 11-1 to start the third period. Lucky the time ran out for Ryan Adams, because the time would have run out.
Moves like that, it's a reason why Kostiak won 33 matches last year.
No doubt. I mean, you're able to trap that arm and then be able to have long enough arms to come out on a half, keeping that arm trapped against the middle of the back, and then being able to chest him from the top. That's a pinning combination that's almost impossible to get out of. But credit Ryan Adams. Fought off of a very difficult spot once, and the clock saved him the second time. Still in the match here, 13-1, A.J. Kostiak.
Getting into tech fall range here, which is if somebody opens up a 15-0 or a 15-point lead. Advantage right now is 12.
I think it should be 36-27, shouldn't it? After that last match?
Last match was 10-5. It was 36-21. It's now 36-24.
Okay. Well, I'm counting as if they would have had that 3 points.
Right.
I'm just trying to keep track of what the match would have been had that not been a swing.
Could have been 30-27.
And now you're in bonus point range. That would have been a win for Bowling Springs.
Yeah. One more move and this is over. It's 15-1.
We'll see if he can get the technical fall.
10 seconds left. A.J. Kostiak finishes it up with a win for Boiling Springs tonight at 145 pounds. We'll be back. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
High School Sports Live basketball rivalries feature Hershey's 6'10 Villanova-bound Dylan Painter versus the high-flying McDevitt Crusaders. Harrisburg has reloaded and will battle Carlisle with Deshaun Millington and company. Steel High versus Trinity featuring 6'11 Sean Good. Cedar Cliff versus Redland in the Battle of the West Shore. Kelly Jaycott and the state champion Cumberland Valley Lady Eagles take on Chambersburg. Advanced Hoops is offering the 3D guarantee. Charlie Fortney believes the 3 dimensions are game speed shooting with professional instruction, crossover intensity with ball handling whiz Gerald Jarman, and 5-on-5 games building playing experience in competition. These 3 dimensions are needed for well-rounded training.
I'm looking for players that want to take their game to the next dimension. The 3D guarantee is for players who want to work.
To sign up for the 3D guarantee, go to advancedhoops.com.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Today, we have some breaking news on the West Shore. Some spraining, twisting, popping news. It appears that Mechanicsburg is getting a state-of-the-art OSS orthopedic urgent care. This is what we know so far. OSS urgent care is much faster than the emergency room. All patients will be seen by orthopedic experts. Costs are typically less, and OSS is open 7 days a week. Remember, if you have a sprain, pop, or break to report, go right to the experts. OSS Orthopedic Urgent Care. 2 great locations, York and now Mechanicsburg. Now that's some good news.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Welcome back to Boiling Springs High School. This is the Giant post-match report, and we're putting the final touches on this win by Big Spring tonight. They came into the home of the Bubblers and knocked off the state champion Boiling Springs Bubblers by a score of 36-28. And in the couple of years we've been on the air, I don't think this situation has ever happened, but we are now going to give the move of the match and the wrestler of the match for the same thing. It's always been 2 separate instances, but this is Taylor Farling of Big Spring, our Wrestler of the match from the Brenner family of dealerships, who also came up with the move of the match presented by CRIA. And George, why don't you take it away?
Well, Taylor, you were down 4-0, trailing with about 35 seconds to go in the match. We knew that was a critical must-win for Bowling Springs. Had you not moved in that direction, different outcome. Tell me what was going through your mind at the time that was occurring.
I had to do something. I had to get ahead of the other kids so I could help win it for my team.
So you're obviously down. You're able to turn them back around. When you had him in the position to pin, did you think you had him? Was it tight? Describe the position and what you were feeling.
Well, once I got him around, I squeezed as tight as I could and hoped for the best.
Well, hoping for the best, you completed a turnaround of a match that has gone traditionally here to Bowling Springs. The AA state champion Bowling Springs as a result of your turnaround tonight. And again, as John told you, the first wrestler in the match and move of the match. Anything you want to express to your teammates, your coaches, anything that you'd like to say to anyone here at this point as one of the first wrestlers of the match and move of the match?
Oh, I just want to thank God for blessing me with the talents He's blessed me with so I could wrestle and do the things that I do. And I want to thank my coaches, my family, all of them for pushing me to work harder, and all my practice partners for pushing me in the wrestling room and just making me a better person and a wrestler too.
Taking a look at the bandages you have up here during the match, it was obviously a very physical one, but whenever the timeout came over and they were looking at the nose and everything, what was going through your mind then? Were you thinking like, oh no, don't let this happen, or what?
Great, a breather for me, thanks.
Well, we don't want to use it as a breather, but sometimes blood happens at the right time. You gave credit to God.
Yep.
Maybe He gave you that extra breath to be able to finish it off tonight.
I'm thinking so.
Congratulations, great victory, and you are certainly the wrestler and the move of the match tonight, and we're responsible for a big turnaround in the opposing team's gym right here in your backyard.
All right, thank you.
Okay, again, congratulations to Taylor Farling, our Capital Region Insurance Agency move of the match, and also our Brenner family of dealership wrestler of the match. We'll be back with more on the Giant post-match report in just a minute. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
High School Sports Live basketball rivalries feature Hershey's 6'10" Villanova-bound Dylan Painter versus the high-flying McDevitt Crusaders. Harrisburg has reloaded and will battle Carlisle with Deshaun Millington and company. Steel High versus Trinity featuring 6'11" Sean Good. Cedar Cliff versus Redland in the Battle of the West Shore. Kelly Jaycott and the state champion Cumberland Valley Lady Eagles take on Chambersburg.
Right now at Pizza Hut, you can get any 2 medium pizzas for $6.99 each. Choose any crust, any sauce, any toppings. So go for it, America. Get any toppings, any crust flavor, anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 94 years.
It's one of the great things about high school sports, and no matter what sport it is, things can be going one way, and in the blink of an eye, things can turn around, and that one blink can decide the entire evening. And that's what we had tonight. Taylor Farling of Big Spring was losing. It could have tightened the match up. He flipped things around. He gets a pin and basically gives his team the winning points.
Yeah, and you saw Bowling Springs, the air went completely out of the tires. We were asking, I think you had just asked me seconds before it happened, are they trying to earn bonus points here?
Right.
And it looked like he was trying to ride him out, trying to figure out a way to secure 3 points. And those 3 points would have ended up turning the match around. The subsequent matches were won in consecutive order, 3-3-3, earned for Bowling Springs. The match would have ended up 31-30 Bowling Springs. So that turn of events in an unexpected time by a young kid that obviously works hard, has strong faith. It's a reason you come out here, and both sides of the fans really rooted hard. We had a great crowd out here tonight. Big Springs has to have some momentum, knowing that they have somebody who's really came through late, but also understanding if they have to face Bowling Springs again, they're going to need some kind of twist or turn once Bowling Springs gets a wrestling lineup that's full. And tonight, in the matchup that existed, had it worked out without that turn of events, probably would have won the match.
So a big win by Big Spring, not only because it was a rivalry match and these guys go at it every year, but it also gives the Bulldogs the leg up in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division standings. So
Big win.
That's going to wrap it up here for Boiling Springs tonight. Again, Big Spring over Boiling Springs by a final score of 36-28. Our next telecast will be coming up tomorrow. It's basketball from Bishop McDevitt. Airtime will be at 6:30. Next wrestling match is next Thursday, 1 week from tonight. A big one in Mid-Penn Keystone. It'll be Cedar Cliff at Lower Dauphin on your home turf there, George, over in Dauphin County. So again, for all our Invicta crew, thanks for bringing us the sights and sounds of this one tonight from Bubbletown and Boiling Springs. Again, Big Spring over Boiling Springs, 36-28. That's going to wrap it up. For George Hartwick, I'm John Repitz. Now stay tuned for a special look inside the 3-star mentoring program. Good night from Boiling Springs.
Real serious out there. I know a lot of guys, a lot of your boys are out there dying. It ain't no joke. The grave ain't no joke.
I hear the wind blow, thought it's your voice I heard. I feel the raindrops are falling, I see the tears you shed. My mind is constantly...
My name's Joel Delgado. I've been here for about 2 years already. This program has really helped me through a lot. Home, out of streets, basketball. Taught me how to be a better player, a better person. Helped me be a better man at home. I help my parents around the house now. Less disrespect at home. Working, helping my mother pay bills. This program just built me to be a better person and a better man.
The director, he came to me asking that I want to come and join this program, and I seen him at the Boys and Girls Club because I work there, and he told me about the program and what it's worth. It's a great combination. Like, I like learning about new stuff, and basketball is the thing I do on the side, but it helps me on just communicating with each other, because really I love doing both things, learning, playing, but I just want to become a great player and just have a great future. And there's a long way to go, and I just got to stick with there might be bad sides, bad places, and good places. I'm trying to take the good path.
Met Gerald Jarman a few years ago, and he got to talking to me about 3-star program, asked me if I wanted to get involved, and I was very excited about the opportunity to work with young men here in Harrisburg and hopefully make a difference, make a positive difference in their lives.
I met Coach Jarman, and he asked me to be a part of the 3-star program, so we looked at that, and of course you always try to clear your schedule for good things, and got involved, and it's just a great opportunity for anyone to impact lives. It's interesting, when I first heard about the program from the boys, they were talking about the mentoring, they were talking about just being together with friends, they were talking about so many great things that they liked about the program. And it actually took a while before they said, oh, and by the way, we play basketball.
I tell you, it's great. You see the young men come in as we begin the mentoring sessions. It's great to see just their development. It's great to be able to develop great relationships with these young men and just see them grow and prosper.
A lot of things in the streets just to help y'all out.
Can you tell them about it?
I got a lot of people that are here. I got into it, so I hope they learn something from here the same way I did last year.
Do you see any changes in them?
So far, yeah. A lot. Lots getting jobs, stopping a lot of things, becoming better people in here, better friends. It's helping a lot.
Yeah, I'll be here next year.
He got accepted to Duquesne and Bloomsburg on a full academic scholarship.
We're here tonight at Roland School, Harrisburg School District. This is the high school program. This is our 7th year. This is the one that's really established. This is the program. This is kind of like the mother of them all. 65 guys from the Harrisburg School District, teenagers, guys, want to come out and play basketball and learn about life. Good thing is, I don't know too many places in the city where you can go and get this many guys in one location, one place, from different areas in the city, uptown, from the Hill, from out the south, all in one melting pot. Probably in another setting, in another environment, these guys will be at each other. It could be some friction, so that's one of the things we're thankful for. God has given us the grace to be able to do what we do. We're excited to be here. We have a great program. You're going to hear more things in the future, great positive things about the young men in the city. I believe that with all my heart, with all my soul. I believe that you're going to hear some positive things. There's a lot of negative things out on the media, and rightfully so. There's a lot of negative things happening in the city. But this is proof tonight, what you've heard and what you've seen, that there is some good that's happening. We want to highlight that. It's a breath of fresh air to see and hear some of the testimonies, some of the positive reports we're getting, and you've seen it for yourself. So the best is yet to come, and I look forward to talking to you again sometime soon.